Ooh, adding a third ball. Oh, look at this. I captured all 3 of them on the top flipper. Get that open. Alright, that was not a bad multi-ball, at least I don't think so. Still on my Nightmare 1.
But it's no longer flashing, so...
Oh!
Oh.
There it is, I have it, see? It's hard to remember to press that. That would have ball saved it.
Yeah. Next time.
And I think you only have so many, I could have just wasted them. Alright, I'm gonna just hit it no matter what. That didn't save it.
No, but it did stop it.
Gotcha. Nightmare 2. Ooh. Oh, that's not... I don't have it anyway. Not showing off that almost 700 million, guys.
Party on, dude!
Alright, I'm on new Nightmare 3. Ah, get in there. Hit the jackpot. Got it.
You got C out of claw. You're heading your way to the 4th.
Ah, again!
Again.
Alright, you
All right.
are up.
$141 million. What's my score on this? Because I think it's like 90 million. $97 million. Freddy's home. Straight drain. I should have. All right. Oh, I'm still on ball 1. Okay. Nope. This is going to be a quick turn. Ball 2. Where is jackpot? Oh. Oh, come on, I got claw. Oh, that's... Ball 3. This is all right, guys, all right. Hitting those bumpers, getting some scores. I got a long way to go before I hit 90 million. Mystery. Not 30 million. We're gonna keep this thing moving. We're gonna keep it moving.
I would say for me, out of like the slashers, Freddy, all the Freddy movies, well except Freddy's Dead, I don't like that one. But Freddy is my favorite horror villain, just because he's somebody that could be scary, but also someone I'd grab a beer with.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of horror villains, you know, that you can say that about.
Yeah, you got wrongs. You were burned alive because you were a child killer, and turns out in the afterlife, he's still a child killer. You're up. All right, let's stay on this just for a little bit. So, what's the first Nightmare on Elm Street's a really good movie, really well done, and honestly, I don't feel like they extended. How many movies are there?
Excluding
Freddy vs. Jason?
I think there's 7.
I don't think I've seen them all.
So you got Nightmare on Elm Street, Freddy's Revenge, Dream Warriors, or Dream something. I know it's 2 Dream ones. Freddy's Dead. New Nightmare. So 6.
6.
7 if you include.
Freddy vs. Jason, but who should Michael Myers versus?
Because
I feel like Alien vs. Predator.
him and Jason, because they're so similar, like just
Yeah.
they got masks, they're big, they don't move fast, but they always seem to get somewhere
Right.
fast. And you can get, if you get that fast enough, guys, you can get that multi-ball right off the bat. Okay, now the shoot again is blinking, so then that's telling you that you do have that button. And then the claw, when that's completely lit, then you can use the claw. Duh, it's right there in front of you.
Most pinball's pretty
Shoot again.
self-explanatory.
Shoot again is done, so it's not lit anymore. So let's not drain in the middle. No! I willed that into existence. That ball save.
That's all you needed in life. You only get it to one shot. Nice little combo there.
Got that open again. No! claw is lit, but I have to get up there to use it. I'm on the second nightmare. Getting a whole lot of nothing from that. There we go. Got that open, but if I don't do anything with it. I'm getting a little too late on that. Now it's not open. Sure. If I can remember exactly how to get up to that other area for the glove, because claw is lit. But I don't want to hit it because it's one of those things, if I hit it, then that's not spelled out anymore. I want to use it when I actually need to.
Right, you only get one shot at it.
Because there's got to be some bonus of, here it is. Oh no, it was not lit. I mean, it is spelled, but it didn't work. Oh man, after a really strong first ball, that's right. I got ball save here. Yeah, there we go. No! Screw you. For as long as I've played, the fact that I'm only at 88 million is very sad.
Yeah, it's not that much higher than my last score. And it's,
see, if you do it fast enough, you can get the multi-ball before it closes in between turns. If you just immediately launch again, because it goes right to it. It goes right to it.
It's got to be skill shot.
No, it has to do with the fact that the gear on there is slow. It's something I read about it. The gear on there is slow, so you can just get that multi-ball really fast. But you have to do it before it raises up. Okay, that's good that gave me getting that kickback over and over again. I'm on the third nightmare. I got a nice little combo going on. And then a really crappy, very crappy.
Wow.
You're up.
Laugh track engaged.
Hey, what's up, Neutral Warrior? How you doing?
Yeah, man, how's it going? We are playing some horror pinball today. Right now we are playing Nightmare on Elm Street. We've got about 5 tables lined up for the stream. And we're also going to be playing some horror trivia.
We're doing good, you know, kind of having our Halloween special here since it's the weekend and Halloween's on a weekday, so this is kind of our Halloween party. we'll still be streaming because we stream on Tuesdays anyway. But this is, you know, we can get a little wild.
Yeah.
You know, a little bit more wild on stream.
Because I work a regular 9 to 5 Monday through Friday kind of gig, so you know, can't get turnt and burnt. Oh. I didn't get around where I was trying to.
All right, so it's Nightmare on Elm Street, obviously. Nightmare on Elm Street 2, Freddy's Revenge, so I was right. Dream Warrior, so I was right in that. Then Dream Master. Oh, Dream Child. Okay, so I forgot about Dream Child. The Final Nightmare, Freddy's Dead. And Wes Craven's New Nightmare and Freddy vs. Jason. And then we're not going to include the 2010 reboot.
We're not going to include that?
A reboot's not part of the franchise if you're trying to it's retelling of the first movie.
Yeah, that's right, that's right. Because it's not canon.
What's chat's favorite horror movie or horror series?
Yeah.
What is the one movie that you watch every Halloween or October?
I don't even have claw lit yet. I wasn't ready. No, don't. Made use of that.
All right, so Nucha Warrior is saying that Friday the 13th Part 3 is his favorite, but he likes the entire series as a whole.
Yeah, for sure. I think this is a solid series of, like, it's definitely, like, if we're comparing series, I would say of, like, Hellraiser is way worse. Like, Nightmare on Elm Street is, like, at least consistent throughout. Like,
yeah, I mean, and Freddy got, you know, more silly or whatever.
yeah.
But whatever. I mean, I didn't ever had a problem with that. But yeah, which Friday is so for me, I think that Jason Lives is my favorite Friday the 13th. I think that was at 4 or 5. I think it's 4. I like the whole Tommy trilogy.
No.
Tommy Jarvis trilogy. Which one do you think is the weakest of the Friday the 13th?
I'm not done yet. No, I was just looking at chat, sorry. Getting a little spacey, still kind of waking up, you know?
Is that which one is that? Which one is part 9? Let's see here. Let's look at the Friday the 13th. I actually would say the first one. I mean, because Jason, it's his mom in the first one. You know, it's kind of a little bit. It's slower paced than the other ones. A lot of people say Jason X, but I think that the fact that they were so ridiculous to go 400 years in the future and make a Friday the 13th movie, I think they get points for that, for just being ridiculous.
Yes.
Yeah, Jason Goes to Hell, yeah. For me, it's Final Freddy for the Nightmare on Elm Street series. I definitely don't like. My favorite in the whole Nightmare on Elm Street series is Wes Craven's New Nightmare. It was definitely a precursor to Scream with the whole meta, with the actors actually playing themselves. I really liked that.
Oh, too little. I gotta get that last.
Yeah, they knew what they were making. When they made Jason X, they weren't trying to make it as like a serious entry.
No.
You know, like they were just like, hey, what if we went like 400 years in the future and like Jason just kills people like alien style?
Yeah.
And they knew what they were making, and
oh no.
no, last night I was actually gonna watch it. Just put your name in and it'll come back up. I was gonna watch that movie last night, but I ended up having a bunch of stuff that I needed to do to prep for today. Have you seen it? Is it good?
Oh damn it! I didn't get it. Oh, there it is.
This tables gives you quite a few choices or chances.
There it is. It's not your score, but it's definitely.
No, so later on we're gonna be playing the top 5 pinball tables, horror pinball tables. But then we're gonna take a little break, and then we're gonna move over to our arcade setup, and we are gonna play some horror games. So we are gonna play the Friday the 13th on NES. We're gonna be playing the Nightmare on Elm Street, Halloween for the Atari 2600, and Night Trap for the Sega CD. So this is our big stream, so we'll be on for until we're not, until we're not on. So this is a full bar and arcade. So we got everything. We got food. We got snacks. We got this thing is already driving me nuts because I keep hitting the microphone with it. So if you guys hear a weird sound, it's just my little thing right there. All right, here we go. Let's see if I can get a good score. That's not a good start. I didn't do it fast. I didn't even take my own advice.
Yeah, we've got a lot of games coming up. We got a, we got full hours of content that's coming.
Really stuck in that same loop of that area over there.
Oh, for sure.
I need to get out of.
So I was trying to shoot for those targets.
So last time I was playing, I was constantly hitting that top furnace, and so I was getting multiball, and also helps you get through the nightmares.
Sure.
And now, for whatever reason, I can't hit any of them. It's that. That's what I'm doing all the time. That. Hit it a little later. There we go. Light that up.
But I'm intentionally practicing this because I want to increase my pinball skills. There's times where I get the pass, and it's
no.
Being able to slow down the ball, and being able to control it. So that way you can aim it at.
We got one.
You got the outside target.
One more target.
Nice. You cleared it. Middle target's down.
See, I'm stuck on that back one. No, I'm trying to go where Freddy's head is. See, 3 of them are lit. Oh, I did get it. Hey, after we just said aiming, there it is. And then right to the furnace. There we go. There's a little combo.
Yeah, you got multi-ball.
Oh! Ooh, it's giving me both. Still on the first nightmare. Ah! Alright, I got that going. I don't want to get stuck in that like I did last time. No! I'm definitely not.
Here's a simple question. Is is Robert Englund in the Wishmaster movie.
Got to Nightmare 2. And I drained right after that. I get a ball save, though. Oh! I'm getting that back over there so quick. My scores are consistently garbage, just like last week.
Hey, I improved.
But I haven't played any of those games either. Have you played any of the Five Nights at Freddy?
I've seen a lot of it. I haven't played it, but it's a very short game, so I've basically just watched it. And I didn't decide to actually invest in playing it myself. I felt like, you know,
because the movie just launched this weekend, and that's what he was talking about. So it's on Peacock. Danny has it on Plex too.
Sweet.
I just didn't get a chance to watch it because I'm wondering what I'm going to compare it to Wiley's Wonderland because that's basically a Five Nights at Freddy movie. And the fact that Nicolas Cage is in a movie where he doesn't say one word the entire movie is ridiculous to me.
What?
Yeah, in Wiley's Wonderland. It's like the same type of thing where it's animatronics come alive or whatever. Yeah, he doesn't speak that entire movie. Has chat seen that? Wiley's Wonderland? There's a pinball table he plays all the time, and somebody made a table.
It was on the edge, and I couldn't save it.
What's up, Kim? How's it going?
Hey, what's going on, Kim? Alright, at least I got multiball. Oh. Whoa. Lost it.
Yeah, I'm going to be going in watching that movie, and I don't know anything about the game. I've never even seen the game. I've never even seen a video of it. I'm not against it. It's just that it's something that I just never have come across, except for seeing it mentioned.
I think it's a worthwhile game. It's just since it's a simple game and I've watched it. It's like I don't feel like I need to play it to like I get it. No, straight drain. Straight drain. Not even nudging. Not even trying to save that. That's where I should have nudged. All right, 150 million. That's not the 200,000.
Have you watched Five Nights at Freddy versus Freddy Got Fingered versus Freddy Krueger? That's my crossover.
Two. Got it. No. Got fancy with it. It just rolled off me. I lost it. I gotta make it count. I gotta make this ball count.
Fingertastic. That's what that's gonna be the tagline, Kim, for the movie. I don't know why Tom Green was ever a thing. Like, that's a thing that happened in our history.
Dang it. No. Got it. If I can get the next 2 targets. No. Well, not as good as last turn, but still a fun table. Like,
Yeah, I had an ex that was like really obsessed with like just like people that I found unfunny, like those like they're kind of more obscure comedians and stuff. So like I'd always hear. But I've heard like she was like really into Tom Green and really into Pauly Shore, and I don't like any of their movies, but their social media stuff that they've done in like they stuff they do on Twitch and stuff now,
Yeah.
way better than anything they ever did, like on stage or anything like that, which is interesting. We're gonna call you Faye. That's your name now.
yeah, Faye.
Faye, guys, you guys just saw Faye get 229 million.
Faye Valentine. Faye Valentine. That's a reference to Cowboy Bebop. Not at all on theme with horror. I need to get it together.
Yeah, what about horror? Jeez, I'm getting really screwed. Horror anime.
Like, there's a lot of good horror anime.
Well, I know, but I'm just saying, like, what are some? This is gonna be the worst score ever. I just cannot play. Yesterday, I played some pinball, and the other day in here, I was testing some tables, and I was doing really good.
Here's a question. It's a pretty softball question.
Really? 1,900,000.
One of my favorite movies that's ever been made. Which horror movie is known for the iconic line, "Here's Johnny," as a crazed maniac breaks through a door? Wait for you guys to respond, give you guys a chance. Read the question again, too. Which horror movie is known for the iconic "Here's Johnny" as a crazed maniac breaks through a door?
Lost all of them. Started off strong in my first game, but this is it. This is my scores now. The Shining is correct. The Shining also very much hated by Stephen King. He does not like the film at all. It takes a lot of deviation that he does not appreciate. But I think that the ending for the movie is much better than the book. I think that when people are adapting to a different medium, The Shining is considered, in general, to be one of the greatest horror movies ever made. So I agree with Stephen King a lot. He's really into pop culture. If you follow his Twitter, he's watching new TV shows and horror stuff, and he gives suggestions. He's pretty right on most of the time, but he's definitely wrong about The Shining. When he tried to make a more true version, miniseries, it was boring.
Yeah. Well, the movie is great. That's with Jack Nicholson. That movie
He thought that Jack Nicholson started off crazy, and that's not how the character is in.
So I've actually read the book.
No, so have I.
And the comparisons between the two, they are there. They're definitely noticeable, and I would agree with that criticism because, well, it's Jack Nicholson. He's gonna look crazy anyway.
Well, I mean, but that's how Kubrick decided to adapt it. Kubrick, one of the most famous directors and prolific directors, famously would take years. Like The Shining took like a year to shoot. No horror movie has ever taken that long to shoot. But he would make, he would have them do like 200, 300 takes. Like Shelley Duvall literally like
she repeated herself several times to where she went to exhaustion.
She's crazy. Like you look at her now, she did not look good. She's like that was not a good experience for her at all. They terrorized her on set, and Jack Nicholson did too, because he wanted her to truly act as if she was scared.
Oh, and it comes across on like
that's not acting. That's why it's so good.
But that'd be a horrible experience. That would make you never want to go into movies again. Right? Like... Alright.
I mean, she's the only person out of all... I mean, Kubrick did that to a lot of people. She's the only one that... I'm not saying whether it's right or wrong, but she's the only one who it affected that much.
No.
I think it only has like 7 or 8 movies or something in his filmography.
Got it.
He spent a lot of years researching and developing a Napoleon movie in the late 60s and early 70s. And there was another big epic Napoleon movie that had come out. I don't know what it's called, but it didn't do very well, so he could never get funding for it. But he was like at Waterloo, like he was visiting, like he read anything that was ever written by Napoleon or written, like, I mean, because he did his research. That's why his movies took so long to develop.
Yeah. And if you're gonna research something, you've got to do your due diligence, right? Okay. Because as you read through things, it's like you get to know more knowledge. Got it? No! No! It was over too soon. Alright, that's my turn. So, yeah, rewatching Hellraiser, like, I would say the first 3 are solid, but pretty much after that, there's a steep drop-off. There's also the fact that there was Hellraiser movies that were never supposed to be Hellraiser movies. Like, there's this one where these kids go to a party, and the dad takes revenge. Spoiler alert.
Because everybody's rushing to go watch that right now. They don't even know. You don't even know which one it's called. So
yeah, yeah, you're gonna have to find that out on your own. I'm not giving you the title. That's the trick.
Copy, King Army.
Oh, you do not.
Yeah, sometimes that side save stays for a while, and then there's other times where it's time-based.
What are you waiting for? Now you can watch
A lot of early 2000s horror wasn't very good because they were converting scripts into horror movies that were not. Everything wanted to be like Seven or something. You know, it was a lot of like cop stuff, serial killer type things, where a lot of people were writing those scripts and they would just buy them and they would make. Cause there's a Hellraiser that's like that too, where it's like basically like a serial killer thing, and then Pinhead shows up at the very end of the movie, and that's it. That's all it is. It's like he's in it for like 5 minutes at the end. Because I tried to watch them all, and after that I was like, I don't think so.
You opened the box. The college kids one isn't that bad though, because it's set in this mansion, so it's got some, you know, a lot of different shots that it takes. It's like cutbacks and whatnot, flashbacks.
Oh no, you didn't, Freddy Krueger.
Yeah, we're both. It's been rough games so far, huh? Yeah, that's a straight drain. That sucks.
It's alright, it gave me a ball save. And then I was able to get right into the nightmare too.
One target left. Nice little combo.
No, you don't! Yes, you did! Oh, no, you didn't. Oh, yes, you did. All within like 5 seconds. Ah, I almost did it. I still waited for it to. I want to get to the final nightmare. More than anything in this world, that's all I want. I don't want money, I don't want riches. I just want to get to the final nightmare on this Nightmare on Elm Street table. Ooh, both of them. Who's gonna help her? Nobody. You can keep asking, girl.
Maybe that's a part of the nightmare.
Alright, I'm at 4. I'm at the 4th nightmare. No, you didn't. Here it is. Oh, it was not active.
Little pass.
No!
That's saved. It's still blinking. Sometimes that stays active. Alright, you're almost at the 4th nightmare.
No!
That happened to me too.
But a respectable score at least.
Yeah.
242 million, much better than the 5 million or some stupid,
Yeah.
so stupid, whatever it was. I can't even remember. Oh, let me grab this one. I keep looking.
Yeah. Yeah. You mind maybe my phone? You keep it ready just in case, you know? Come in with a winner's mindset.
Or what's... This is a little... As I look up this question, I'm going to ask a question that is not horror related, but is pinball related. What is the highest selling pinball table of all time? Let us know, chat, what you guys think if you know anything about pinball tables.
Freddy home.
I honestly don't know. That's the question's made me think. I don't know enough about pinball sales, so.
And I only know this because I'm always uploading videos of pinball, so I go to Wikipedia to copy the description.
Yeah. Oh no, I lost both of them. That's the real nightmare. No, lost two. No, no. Yeah, there we go. Get in there. This table is fun to play.
The highest selling pinball table of all time is the Addams Family. It is almost sold triple
Really?
the amount of even the one that's the second. That's why a lot of places, if you look on like the pinball map, almost every place has a freaking Addams Family table. Because there's just so many of them that they're not expensive to buy.
Sure.
Like we could pitch in, and if we were going to buy a real pinball table, that would be one that's fun to play, that's not super expensive,
Right.
because there's just so many of them.
And they're easy to find too.
All right, so on to the horror question. What is the highest grossing horror movie of all time? Not adjusted for inflation, that's too much to think about. Just straight up the amount of money it made.
Oh! This is a bad turn.
Things have taken a turn to the dark side. This is a table that I've never seen in real life either. I mean, it's a real table, but...
Sure.
I'm very curious, why did Gottlieb go under? Because they had quite a few hits in the early 90s. I mean, it could have been mismanagement for all I know.
Yeah.
Because we had this, and there's another one too. I mean, Street Fighter 2, but then there's like a couple other ones that they came. I'm like, oh crap, Gottlieb made this?
Nightmare 3, sweet. No.
What is the highest grossing? Give you guys a couple more minutes. Highest grossing horror movie of all time. It's gonna surprise you.
It may even shock you. Because I heard it's a real scream. Alright, cool, I can shoot again.
You must have got an extra ball or something.
Yeah.
Kim's like, I'm gonna stop by, but if you talk crap about my Tom Green, she's out.
Oh!
Audi 5000. She's like, Tom Green is my father and my husband.
Oh,
So
I'm familiar with this stuff, you know, of like...
no, I know. I'm
Because
just.
I grew up around it, of like, I always thought it was very weird. That's it. not even worth the score. But anyway, I've always thought this stuff was pretty weird, and it kind of.
The movie's I mean, it was inappropriate even at the time.
Yeah.
But looking back even 20 years afterwards, it's very inappropriate.
Yeah.
Like, very much so. There's some things that are just not funny. But that was his thing. He always tried to go super grossed out, and that's maybe different in like a stand-up or like when he did his show. But like to sustain 90 minutes on like a really uncomfortable, almost rapey scenario is not. You know, that's why people don't talk about that. I'm talking about the movie because it had Freddy in the title. That's the only reason. But I feel like Freddy Krueger would try to finger somebody like in the butt or something in one of these movies. That's something he would probably do.
Or a blade would go up there.
Yeah, he would. I'm sure. I mean, he did some creepy stuff with that blade. And Freddy Krueger is not against being a creeper. That's literally his whole thing.
Yeah.
Is creeping.
Everything that you're afraid of, he's about.
Freddy home.
Walking down the street, he'll be creeping. But definitely not, if we talk about like stalking type of creepers, obviously Jason and Michael Myers fit that bill much better.
Yeah.
They like to watch.
Oh, Tim's finishing some mods on Nice.
So the highest grossing horror movie, guys, of all time is It. Yes, the 2017 made $709 million. Wow. That is a lot. The second one is 6 cents, which totally makes sense. I have 4 balls. This doesn't make any sense.
That's how you got one of those like huge scores.
Well, Any Nostalgic was on here, and this is his favorite table, and he was telling me different stuff about it.
Yeah.
So it was like 45 minutes or an hour of having like somebody who knows the table. That's why I know those things.
Sure.
Which was helpful. But yeah, as a ball one, 119 million. I'm on the second Nightmare. I'm careless. I have a really good score. I'm happy with that. Even if you beat it, it's not a big deal. It's a super high score. I'm still proud of it.
Yeah.
I'm more now just trying to get to the final nightmare. That's my main thing. Is we need to figure out what is it that's actually advancing the nightmare.
Isn't it shooting for the crypt up there?
That was we're going real quick there, guys, with our with that score. I'm at 158. That was a crappy score right there. Our ball 2. All right, I'm on Nightmare 2. No, you didn't!
Straight drain. We're only in Nightmare 2.
I'm gonna look up how to advance the nightmare. All right, we got. So let's talk about the top movies before I move on to the looking up how to do this. So we have It at 700 million. We have 6 Cents. I Am Legend. I do not consider a horror movie.
Yeah, dystopian movie for sure, but not.
But, I mean, just because it has zombie type of things in it, that's no. Because then you have World War Z, which also has zombies, but also more of an action movie.
Yeah.
So let's not. It Chapter 2. The Exorcist. For a movie that came out in 1973, it made $441 million of 1973 money. So I'm sure it's probably #1 or close to, adjusted for inflation. We got Signs. Oh, see, this
Signs,
is why they still allowed M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong to keep making movies, is because he had 2 top-grossing movies. I mean, he's back now. He's had a string of good movies. Prometheus. The only reason it made money is because people thought it was going to be about the space jockeys, and it wasn't. The Nun. Hannibal. Quiet Place. The Conjuring and Conjuring 2.
I wonder how many people watched The Nun thinking it was a completely different kind of movie, you know? Like,
and then they tried to sue.
oh, this must be like of the Pope. This will be a nice Sunday afternoon. And then they get that. Like,
What is the highest grossing horror franchise?
Now you're playing with power.
Nightmare 2, yeah.
During any nightmare, the player attempts to defeat Freddy Krueger by shooting any of the flashing Freddy shots. Each shot increments the Freddy meter billboard. Completing the meter qualifies the boiler shot. Making the qualified boiler shot defeats Freddy. Awards 10 million points, or 10 million points times nightmare number, and returns the player to the awake state unless multiball is still in play. When the player is awake, they earn item which can help them out during any nightmare. Those items are multiball, extra power, and set alarm. Things that I didn't even know about any of that. If power is earned, then during the next nightmare, each Freddy shot increment the free mirror 3 places instead of just the usual 2. If set alarm is earned, then 5 seconds before the end of the nightmare, the boiler shot is qualified. All right. Nightmare 1. Begin with multi-ball. Begin with 1 save soul target hit.
Nope, lost that one.
They got a Kruger end multi-ball. This is a multi-ball where each boiler shot awards 5 Kruger hands. This feature lasts until the player leaves multi-ball. Wait. So Kruger ends, various features to the player. These Kruger ends are a bonus which may be traded for items or collected at a later time. I don't know what any of that's going on. Glove flipper, here it is. The device is positioned near the lower. If the player flips the ball into the captive ball, they receive an award. Simple enough.
Nightmare 4.
So what is the top grossing horror franchise? What do you think?
It can't be The Evil Dead. Walking Dead, maybe?
Like horror movie franchise? There's no Walking Dead movies.
Oh, movie franchise. That specifies. I thought it was just a horror franchise as a whole.
But that would be, even if we weren't talking about that, it would be hard to determine because The Walking Dead's a TV show. It doesn't make any money. You can just say how much advertising does it get, how much merchandising does it sell, but it doesn't earn profits in the same way a film does. The answer is the Conjuring franchise. Obviously, that's why
Really?
they keep making so many of them.
Then they follow Ed and Elizabeth Warren. They were paranormal investigators back in their day.
But I read an article where a real paranormal investigator said the movies weren't like that's. We were talking about that earlier. I read that and I was like, come on. First off, we're talking about the paranormal, and second off,
Like what
those
are you,
people in the community between themselves don't even agree.
Yeah.
So You can find any crackpot off the street to give a separate opinion than anybody else. You are on Nightmare 5.
I'm trying to advance it.
The Scream franchise is not the answer. Wait. Something has been delivered here. Could it possibly be fog? Well, I'm gonna have to. I'll have to do it.
Yeah, sure.
All right, we're gonna play this one more time each before we move on to Halloween, which hopefully we don't have to load 50 times to get to work. That table is really weird.
Copy TRE. Get the M. What are you waiting for?
I got an extra ball right off the bat, guys.
I like how this table also starts to feel like win more after a little bit because you get the multi-ball going, and if you can sustain that, of like, it just builds on top of itself and it gets nuts.
That's why I got the extra ball so quickly, is because I was gonna lose the first ball so quickly.
Yeah.
It's got to even itself out.
I'm just glad I'm not putting in real quarters on this machine right now. But it happens there too, you know, like sometimes it just don't have the best plays. Then there's other times where it's like you just dominate.
There, I see all the flashing Freddy shots, so that's one. The toiler is another, so that's one right there, if I can get it over. Okay, that's been hit. Oh, God. And I had it! I always gotta check, I want to check to see if I have that save after the ball's already been drained.
Yeah.
It's not very helpful.
Party on, dude!
And yes, Robert Englund did record parts for this pinball table specifically, so that is him. It's not actually sound bites from the movies, even if he is saying the same thing. It is him doing re-recording of lines and new lines just for this movie. Good job there, buddy. I deserve a pat on the backs. I'm at somehow a Nightmare 4. Oh, because I kept hitting those. Alright, here it is. Glove flipper. Come on. Nope. That's one Freddy shot. 2 Freddy shots. 3 Freddy shots. 4 Freddy shots. 5 Freddy shots. 6.
Does he
I killed
come
him.
down?
I just killed him.
Oh.
That's why I'm at Nightmare 5. Don't screw me.
Plot is lit, so remember that. Nope.
I at least used it for the proper purpose
Yeah.
at the proper time.
Yeah, let's go. All right. So I just need to beat my score, you know?
Freddy home.
Over 200 million. No. Not a good start, guys. Not a good start. We can do this. We can pull this together. Nice little combo. Oh.
So Kim said that, fun fact, her parents ran a paranormal ghost hunting group.
Oh, cool.
Did they bust any ghosts? Like, did they catch them, like, in the act of something? My favorite ghosts are
Did you have to call the ghost cops?
Well, my favorite ghosts are the ones in Doom Patrol. They got the sex ghosts that just are constantly in episodes in the background for no reason. They're like, oh, hey, what's up, sex ghosts? And it's just ghosts that are just, like, fucking the whole time.
Yeah.
I just love, they're like, this is going to be a long-term running gag.
Missed it. Oh. Yeah, I still got all three. Okay. No, I should have kept my bumpers down. Man, I'm just not having a good day. I had one respectable.
You're about to walk away, so I
No, I
knew
gotta
that was
shoot
going to
again.
happen. But I called that earlier.
Just make a montage of every time I walk away.
So me and a friend were writing a horror film that was about a family of killers, and like the tagline was that a family that kills together stays together. So it's kind of like a dark comedy. It was like suburban, like, hey, what's up, Paul? You know, like just normal guy, and they just like the family goes out together and commits heinous murders.
Oh. This is crazy. Oh, I should have.
said caught some crazy, weird stuff on video and audio. Her parents, she never went with them, but she helped, get the videos together for like building owners or whatever. Because like that's a interesting thing. If people like, hey, this place is haunted, like people want to come check it out.
Right. And they generally want to do it at night, you know. And if you're walking around in the dark, that's not really a place for little kids. It's just a safety thing. Like,
Yeah.
once they're teenagers, whatever, like, yeah, then probably.
But they got such good eyes. You should be using their eyes for nighttime.
No, but
Oh,
if someone trips or something.
somebody, some parent is tripping.
Yeah, tripping is like, whoa, dude. Whoa, there's a ghost. I can feel the spirit.
Yeah,